For the next few hours, nothing exists except for Cleveland high school sports. Because the Quad Brothers are here. Outlaw!
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Quad Brothers Sports Show. My name is Kevin Hailey. Got my people in the building with me. Got the homie Eli Robinson.
What up?
Philly Phil is out tonight. Got a good show lined up for you guys this evening. Got three great guests coming on the show at 7:15. That me? Maybe.
That was me, bro.
Come on, E.
Yeah,
at 7:15 from the Beaumont Blue Streaks, Lydia Gartozzi will be joining us at 7:45 from the Cleveland Heights Tigers. Gavin Clarke will join us, and at 8 o'clock from the Solon Comets, Hailey Weaver will be joining us. So three great guests lined up tonight. Going to do a quick little recap of Super Bowl 54, being that we were off last weekend.
Great game.
Yeah, fantastic game. Cavs made some moves. Andre Drummond is a Cavalier.
Shocking.
I mean, you know, whatever. Can't say that I'm too impressed with that, but it is.
Well,
what
actually,
it is.
he's gonna pick up his $28 million contract.
I would
option.
too.
Yeah.
I would too. Absolutely, I'd pick it up too. So talk about that. We're also going to touch a bit on this Gayle King, Kobe Bryant thing.
Do we have to?
We'll talk about it some.
I don't.
We won't go the way Snoop did.
Yeah.
We're not going the way Snoop did. But let me just say that while I don't condone anybody sending death threats to Gayle King, I can say that I understand the emotion behind it. You don't have to condone something to understand it.
What I mean, also you can with this thing with Gayle King. I mean, it's two sides of the story. Yes, she had to ask the questions and whatnot, but maybe the network put her up to it. Or
I have my own thoughts on that. And we'll talk about it. But I have my own thoughts to that. Have my own thoughts. And we'll speak about that, but yeah, I've got my own thoughts on that, and whether or not she really had to answer the questions and what she knew and what she didn't know. I have my own thoughts on that, and we'll get into that maybe a little bit later on in the show. So what I wanted to do was let's just get right into it. I said in my promo video for the show that we were going to be taking this show in a new direction. By new direction, basically what I meant is we're going to be adding to our repertoire as far as coverage is concerned. So starting this spring, the Quad Brothers are going to be covering baseball. So we'll be reaching out to ADs. Obviously, we'll do a top 25 for baseball. We'll do the best we can with that. Please bear with us. We're going to still trying to figure out some logistic things about it, but we're going to shoot our shot, man, with baseball, and we'll see what happens. So if you know of anyone, any players you think we need to be checking out, hit us on the inboxes on all three platforms: Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And let us know. If you know somebody that you think needs to be on the top 25 or you want to see on the top 25, we'll take a look at them. So the Quad Brothers will be trying baseball, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm excited. I'm excited to try baseball.
Yeah. Especially high school baseball.
Yeah.
Because a lot of phenoms came out of it.
Definitely. And I think it's something we've actually tossed around for a couple of years now, whether or not we were going to do baseball. We've tossed that around for a couple of years. And I think we're just at the point where it's like, hey man, why not? Why not?
Let's take a shot.
Let's take a shot and see how it goes. I know I used the basketball reference in the baseball thing, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Same difference. Means the same. The gist. You get the gist. And I think we're gonna try baseball. We're not. I know we're gonna try baseball, and we're gonna see how baseball goes. So we will be reaching out to ADs. I know the season starts late March. So we're going to get to work on our top 25. We're going to try to find as much information as we can. But again, if you know someone, if you got a relative or friend out there that plays high school baseball in the Northeast Ohio area, and even a little bit further out,
Right. Help us to help you.
Yeah. If you know someone, hit us up on our inbox, man, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And say, hey, man, check this player out. Check this player out. We'll take a look. Because we're, football we're okay with. Basketball we're okay with. Baseball is going to be something new to us. It's going to be a new challenge for us.
And if that goes really well, then,
who knows?
Who knows?
We could add more. There are more sports that we've actually, thought about. We have a lot of discussions when it comes to, sports that we want to cover. We stuck with football and basketball for these 3 years that we've been doing this show.
Yeah.
But, if you don't continue to grow, you get stagnant. And so, honestly, there's a lot of time between the end of basketball season that's going to be coming up. The postseason is getting ready to start for basketball. Postseason is getting close. There's a lot of time between the end of the basketball season and the start of the football season. There's a lot of time there.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're going to try to fill that time with baseball. And again, we're going to see how it works with getting out to fields and covering games and whatnot. And we're going to do the best I can with it. But again, we'll be reaching out to ADs and seeing how it goes. So just wanted to make that quick announcement that we're going to be starting baseball. I'm really excited. I'm excited to start baseball. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a good thing, and hopefully we can bring you guys the coverage that you want from these baseball games. And again, we'll just do our best to make things happen. So, yeah. So look. So last week we were off. Super Bowl 54 took place. Chiefs beat the 49ers 31-20. No. Yeah, right. 31-20. That was the final score?
Yeah, that was
31-20.
final score.
Okay, 31-20. San Francisco was up 20-10 with about 7 minutes left in the game.
It happened again to Kyle Shanahan.
I mean,
it happened again, just like when he was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons.
Come on, Kyle.
You got to close the deal.
Got to. You got to close that out, brother. That's twice. 25-point lead and 11-point lead. But that lead should never. You up 11 with 7 minutes left, man. You got to close that out, especially in the Super Bowl. You got to close that out.
And it's now, especially against Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Because no matter if he get down 11, 17 points, I'm calling his nickname is the comeback kid.
But can we do this though? And I'm seeing this a lot lately, and I gotta say I don't really like it. Can we stop giving Patrick Mahomes legendary status? Can we stop doing that, please?
He only won one. That
Patrick Mahomes is a really good quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
Legendary?
No.
Stop it. What if Patrick Mahomes never wins another Super Bowl?
I wouldn't say that.
Dan Marino never won one there. Dan Marino never even went back. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Dan Marino never even went back after his rookie year. He went to the Super Bowl. Never went back. What if Patrick Mahomes never goes back to the Super Bowl? What if he goes back but he never wins another one? And he ends his career with one.
Well, it looks like Aaron Rodgers going to end his career with one.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Drew Brees has only got one.
Yeah.
Can we? This is what I kind of hate about the social media age. And I saw this list. They got, honestly, this list it was a list of players, and they had them in categories like legendary, elite, very good, and good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, wasn't good enough. Patrick Mahomes in the legendaries column, it was the top three were Tom Brady, Joe Montana, and Patrick Mahomes. What? Are you kidding me?
No. Now Patrick Mahomes is elite, but not legendary.
Are you kidding me? So we're just gonna forget about Roger Staubach.
Yeah, or Joe Namath.
We're gonna forget about Troy Aikman. And I just named two, and I hate the Cowboys, but I just named two Cowboys off the top. We're going to forget about two Hall of Famers. Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman. We're going to forget about you realize Terry Bradshaw's got 4 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
We're going to forget about him. We're going to forget about John Elway. You guys need, y'all need to stop with this.
How many does Joe Namath have? One. Okay.
But you could argue that Joe Namath's Super Bowl win is the most important Super Bowl win of all time. Because if the Jets don't beat the Colts in that Super Bowl, now first of all, Joe Namath walked the walk, then he went out there, he talked the talk, then he went out there and walked the walk.
Right.
He guaranteed a win, and they went out there and they won. But if the Jets don't beat the Colts in that Super Bowl, it might have been, I don't know, another 10 years before we had a league merger. The league merger happened right after that Super Bowl. That was in 1969. The league merger happened in 1970. And the AFL and the NFL came together into what is now, of course, the National Football League, but you get what I'm saying. So that may be the most important Super Bowl win of all time. Patrick Mahomes is a really good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. I refuse to call Patrick Mahomes legendary. Stop this. He's only been, this is only his third year in the league. Stop.
Now, if he surpassed Brady and winning what? How many Brady
had?
had? 5?
Brady's got 6. I think.
He had 6. Well, if he gets 7,
5.
then
Well,
maybe.
Maybe
you can call him legendary then if you get 7.
I mean, yeah, but now we're gonna call Patrick Mahomes legendary now? Really?
No. I mean, all my years on this show, and I've never agreed with you. Today, I'm agreeing with you. No,
he's not.
No,
he's not legendary. Like that's something, you just can't throw that out there like that. And I don't care what kind of stats you bring up for this season. I saw the guy that said it, bringing up all kind of stats and what he did, and yada yada. He's not legendary. Stop it. He's very good. I might stop a little bit short of calling him elite.
Whoa, now that's one. Don't do that.
Nick Foles got Super Bowl too.
Okay.
Is Nick Foles elite?
Does Nick Foles have Patrick Mahomes' numbers?
Okay. Well, and again, what if Patrick
and a Super Bowl ring?
What if Mahomes never repeats this? Then what? Is he still?
He going back, and he broke the Madden curse.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure he going back?
He going back.
Sure? Okay.
He going back.
All right. Okay. Again, that's what they said about Dan Marino, and it's for all the numbers that Dan Marino put up, one of the best passers you'll ever see. All of that. For all that he put up, Dan Marino never went back. There's nothing guaranteed. Because
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a reason why he's gonna go back. Patriots ain't gonna be nothing.
What's that mean? What's that got to do with the Chiefs?
I mean, Baltimore ain't gonna be nothing.
All right, we'll go back to that right now. Joining us on the phone line, she plays for the Beaumont Blue Streaks. Her name is Lydia Gartozzi, and she joins us right now. Lydia, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Doing
Thank you
fine.
so much for having me.
Nah, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Of course.
All right, well, let's get right into it, man. Lydia, you guys have a few games left in the season. What's the key to you guys finishing strong?
I think, just finishing strong comes with our coaches and getting us to where we need to be and playing well together, bonding and, getting ready with getting into the tournament and just finishing strong with, we have NDCL tomorrow, so that'll be a huge win for us. It's just getting the game plan ready and, playing hard together, playing together as a team. Definitely.
And speaking of your coaches, Lydia, talk about your coaches, the coaching staff there, and how your play fits what they want to do.
So we actually have a sort of new coaching staff this year. One of our assistant coaches from last year just left and entered into the was she in the Marine, I think?
Oh.
Or so she just left, but so she's doing that. So we have a new assistant coach who just graduated from John Carroll, played at John Carroll, and another coach who also played at John Carroll and is the leading scorer there. So we definitely have a pretty strong coaching staff this year and good coaching staff. They know what they're doing. They help us out a lot for our games and getting our game plans with scouting and everything. So they're a huge part to our success and what we've been doing this year.
All right, Lydia. Now can you talk, Lydia, about the importance of court vision and how it helps you get your shot?
Yeah, so it definitely helps out a lot having a great point guard, Carly Perusic, who has also last year scored her 1,000 points and is leading in the area for assists, which is super awesome.
Right.
So definitely with the help of her and our other teammates helps out a lot to create my shot and to get where I need to be. So I would say a lot of it comes from our point guard and the decisions we make on defense and work into our offense.
Nice. Lydia, what was your first introduction to the game of basketball, and when did you first fall in love with it?
Well, actually, it's a funny story. The first time I ever picked up a basketball was probably second grade, and I did like a one-day camp at the YMCA. It was a basketball camp.
Okay.
And I remember coming home and I was like to my mom, that was so awesome. I want to go to more days of basketball camp. I thought it was so awesome. So I think a year later, I started the basketball YMCA program and played with a ton of boys. And I think that helped me a lot to get where I am today because I was playing with boys and just having fun. So started out at the YMCA and then worked my way into CYO and then AU in high school. So I would say it all started at the YMCA.
Lydia Gartozzi of the Beaumont Blue Streaks is our guest. Lydia, now just to kind of piggyback on that, how has your family support been instrumental in getting you to this point? Now, you said you came home, your mom took you to the YWCA, I think you said it was, and you went to the camp. How has this support really helped you get to this point?
Oh my gosh, my parents' support has been unbelievable. Parents would take me to practice when I was younger, pick me up late, and now my dad drives me to all my AU tournaments that are far away, and I couldn't be more grateful for that because now we're driving 6 hours to Kentucky and spending the whole weekend there, spending money on dinner and everything. So they've always been there for me and supported me through everything, took me everywhere, and it's just been so awesome. I couldn't thank them more.
So now, for those players who might be listening who haven't really had the chance to experience that yet, can you talk about that AAU experience a little bit? What's it been like for you, and can it get to be sort of a drag sometimes because you're always traveling?
Well, AAU, it depends on what level you want to play at. So if you're looking to play in college, is when kind of you'll travel farther. So obviously, I'm looking to play at the next level. So we travel to Kentucky. I think we're going to travel to Michigan and Pennsylvania. So I would say it's not dragging. You just love it, and you get to spend so much time with teammates and great families. And when you're spending weekends with people that you love to be around and the sport that you love so much, it's a ton of fun. And the driving might be long, but it's definitely worth it in the end.
Awesome. Lydia, how do you balance staying on point with basketball on the court with staying on point in the classroom and your academics because you're so busy, because you're juggling so much? How do you balance the two?
A lot of it's just has to do with time management. I know a lot of people say that, players say that, teachers say that. It's like if you have 2 hours in between school and practice, that's the time you have to do your homework and study and see teachers after school or make up tests or anything. So I would say it's all about time management. It's how you use your time well and what you're doing in your free time. Definitely.
What's your favorite subject at the moment?
I really enjoy English. I like writing a lot. And Beaumont really focuses on writing and academics, and so I would say writing definitely.
Nice. Have you been in contact? You were speaking about it a little bit earlier. Have you been in contact with any schools about playing at the next level?
Yeah. So I really do want to play at the next level. I've talked to some different teams. I'm definitely keeping my options open right now. I'm hoping to study business in college. It's a really broad major, so that's why I'm really interested in it. And we'll see kind of as the season finishes up where I am with other schools, and once AAU kind of starts to begin is when a lot more other schools will begin to contact you. So right now I'm kind of just keeping my options open and, seeing what happens and who contacts me.
All right, now I'm going to ask you this question because it's kind of like a tradition on our show. We usually ask every player that comes on here that's getting ready to move on, because one of our staff members is an alumni. Have you had any contact at all with Bowling Green?
Bowling Green? No, I have not.
Come on, Eli.
You know what? This is a travesty, man.
Ridiculous.
All right, I want her to be a Falcon.
Okay, well, I don't know.
I actually did visit the campus though with my dad when we were coming back from an AAU tournament. Wanted to see.
Okay, so there's hope. There's hope. There's hope. Okay.
All right, listen, Lydia, thank you so much. We really enjoyed coming out and covering you guys. We were there when you who did we go see them play? Laurel. When you guys played Laurel, we were there. We covered you guys, and we loved it. We had a blast. And thank you so much for coming on and taking time out of your night. And say hello to your father for us, man. He's been really supportive of the show, so tell him we said thank you, and we really appreciate it.
I will. Well, thank you guys so much for having me, and thank you so much for all you guys do for basketball, girls and boys.
No problem. No, you take care.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
Lydia Gartozzi from the Beaumont Blue Streets. Come on, BG.
BG, we need to talk. Okay?
We need to.
If I got to drive 2 hours away to that doggone stroke center and have a heart-to-heart conversation with the women's basketball coach, I will. Okay.
I mean,
we got some real prospects out here in this city of Cleveland.
I mean, they must not want help winning. Speaking of winning, I'll tell you who is winning. C&B Custom Crafts. Anything that you want, C&B Custom Crafts can get you as far as home decor is concerned. End tables, coffee tables, wall signs, cornhole boards, whatever you want, C&B Custom Crafts can make it happen for you. No two signs are the same because everything is made with real wood, so there's no plastic templates that you're going to, be all, everything's going to be cookie cutter. They're not doing that. Not a C&B. Everything is made out of real wood, so every sign has unique quality to it. You can get anything you want on their personal messages. It can be a sports team. If you want the Indians, if you want the Cavs, you want the Browns, whatever team you want on there. If you want to do a Kobe Bryant tribute, I'm sure they can do a Kobe Bryant tribute for you. Whatever you need, C&B Custom Crafts has got you covered. Contact Chris and Brooke. The number is 330-232-0513. That's 330-232-0513. Once again, custom home decor from the good folks at C&B Custom Crafts. You can find them on Instagram. You can also find them on Facebook. If you see it on their page, they can make it happen for you. C&B Custom Crafts. Again, contact Chris and Brooke at 330-232-0513. C&B Custom Crafts. All right, Eli, so let's do this. Let's take a quick break.
All right.
We'll come back. We'll chop it up a little bit more. And then at 7:45 from the Cleveland Heights Tigers, Gavin Clarke will join us. So let's take a break. What's the name of the song?
The name of the song is called Behind Bars by Luxury Beats. This is the Quad Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
Yep.
This is TJ Carey, defensive backs for the Cleveland Browns, and you're tuned into the Quiet Brothers Sports Show.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you once again to Lydia Gartozzi of the Beaumont Blue Streaks for coming on. Fantastic interview, great young lady. Can ball out.
I need her. Yeah, I need her to be a Falcon.
Yeah. Shout out to Carly Perusik too. We gotta try to get Carly on.
Oh, no doubt.
All right, so Gavin Clarke. I'm looking at this picture, James Harden. Gavin Clarke from Cleveland Heights coming up at 7:45, about 15 minutes. Meanwhile, XFL kicked off this weekend. I gotta say, Eli, I like it. I like it. I can't front. Look, it's football, man. That's number one. First and foremost, it's football. Right? I'm a football junkie. Got to have my football fix. And I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch any of it this weekend?
I didn't, but, you know.
No, you got to watch. So here's the way what I like best about the XFL. Number one, there's no gimmicks. Like, they're just playing football.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some highlights. It's better than the 2001 version.
Definitely better than 2001. Did you see how they do kickoffs?
No.
So basically what happens is both players, I believe, line up at like around the 30-yard line, both teams, and they're only like 5 yards separated from each other.
Mm-hmm.
The kicker is way back. The kicker kicks it off from like, I think the 25 or the 35 where they kick it off from. And all the players just stand there until the guy catches the ball. Once he starts running, then everybody starts going and they try to catch him. So it's not like you got guys running 40 yards and they smash into each other.
Mm-hmm. So
it's like a way to keep everybody safer. The players only separated by like 5 yards or so. And once the kickoff team is standing there, the receiving team is standing on the other side. The kicker kicks it off, and nobody moves until the returner catches the football. When he starts running, then people start going and trying to.
Wow, that's innovative.
Yeah, I mean, and it's safer. Now, it makes for a more exciting kickoffs to me because you could, with people not really getting ahead of steam, you could easily break one.
Yeah.
They do a you can do, after you score a touchdown, you can do a 1, 2, or 3-point conversion.
Oh.
In the XFL.
That makes it more exciting because imagine if you're down by 3.
Exactly.
You score a touchdown, man, and
exactly
you go for 3 points.
Conversion. There you go. You don't need to wait for another field. You can go for a 3-point conversion. You only have to get 1 foot in bounds as your receiver. It's like college. You only got to get 1 foot in bounds.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
So you have 8 teams. You have the New York Guardians, and they beat the Tampa Bay Vipers yesterday, 23-3. The Houston Roughnecks beat the LA Wildcats, 37-17. The game that I watched, the DC Defenders beat the Seattle Dragons, 31-19.
And that's the team that Cardell Jones.
Cardell plays for the Cardell Jones, Glenville product in Ohio State. You know Cardell Jones, guys. He plays for the DC Defenders. And the St. Louis Battlehawks right now are beating the Dallas Renegades 12-9. There is 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of that game. That's on ESPN.
And I like the way they have it on ABC.
I watch that. Yeah, that's Seattle.
It's not
DC
just
game.
On network TV. It's on your local stations.
That Seattle and DC game was on ABC yesterday, and I watched that.
That's good. That's real good.
And I think if they just stick to football, they're going to be fine. Seattle's quarterback is terrible. I'm just saying that.
Who's their quarterback?
His name is Brandon Silvers. He didn't look good at all yesterday. Cardell looked okay. Cardell looked pretty good, considering. There's a kid that plays for DC, cornerback. His name is Elijah Campbell, I think. Elijah Robinson. It might be your name. Maybe Robinson.
Really?
Elijah Robinson. I think. Let me see. He plays for the DC Defender. He plays cornerback. This young man, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, why isn't this young man on the NFL roster? Now, again, it is the XFL, so you got to take it for what it's worth.
But just think about this, Kev.
Elijah Campbell. Let me see. Hold on. He might have played with the Browns.
Well, just think about this. You know, you got the XFL, and you know, if you do well in the XFL, that's tape right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's tape for you to get to the NFL.
Yeah, I think he played for the Browns at one point. Elijah Campbell. He was a defensive back. Went to Northern Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And now he plays for the DC Defenders. So yeah, Elijah Campbell. He should still be playing. This kid can play. And again, take it for what it's worth. It was the XFL, the debut.
Yeah, but
first
that's
week.
still tape on him.
Yeah.
That can actually get him back to the NFL.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's what a lot of these guys are hoping for, and as they should. I think Ricky Proehl's son is playing in the NFL. I can't remember his first name, but I know that name Proehl. So he's playing in the XFL. Landry Jones plays in the XFL. So there are a few former NFLers.
Basically it's an audition.
Yeah, that are playing in the XFL. And if they just keep it to football, I think they're going to be fine. Because the football, I remember the debut of the original XFL. It was terrible.
God.
It was terrible. It was horrible.
Speaking about debuts.
It was terrible.
Yeah, especially when this man said this.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
You just knew right there at that point. It's like, all right.
Yeah. It's not pro wrestling, Vince.
Yeah, no. If they just keep it to football, they're going to be okay. Because for this football, this country is football crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're catching people, this is a perfect time to catch it because you're coming right after the Super Bowl. And people are like, oh, man, you know how it goes. When the Super Bowl is over, people are like, oh, my God, there's no more football. What am I going to do now?
Well, the NFL kind of does a good job as far as spreading, like, football, up until, like, the regular season. I mean, you got the NFL Combine. And,
yeah, but think about it, though. You got the Combine. You may have the Combine, but, like, free agency doesn't even – this free agency's not going to be here until March.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe, like, towards the end of next month, free agency is going to be here. Free agency won't be here until almost the end of March. So that the XFL can fill that void, right? There's only 8 teams, but they can fill that void for people. For people like myself who love football and still want to see football.
Yeah.
So we're coming right off the Super Bowl. So I don't have to wait or anything like that. Oh, Super Bowl 1 week, and I can go turn right around and catch the XFL the next week.
Yep.
I don't have the football didn't have to stop for me. I think Vince McMahon is being a lot smarter about it this time around. They're like, all right.
It failed the first time.
It failed the first time.
Let's go back to the drawing board.
Yes.
Let's see what we did wrong in 2001, and then let's correct everything.
This is what we did wrong before. Let's not do that this time. Let's not have guys running for the kickoff. And it's not wrestling, man. Just play football, and make sure that the product is at least competitive.
Right.
Seattle, they were okay. Seattle's got a couple of players on their team, but their quarterback just didn't play well. Like I said, Cardell looked pretty decent yesterday.
You can see a lot of these, with the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a lot of these undrafted players saying, "Oh, you know what? Go to the XFL. If I'm not, if I get cut by a couple of teams in the NFL, I can try out for the XFL.
Yep, and keep playing football.
I mean, and you look at semi-pro football too as well. You got a couple of semi-pro football players that actually made it to the Arena League.
Yeah.
So you can see a lot of the semi-pro football players try to get to the XFL.
And if they're successful this year, I believe they're going to add teams to the XFL.
Oh, absolutely.
You may have a team here in Cleveland. You may have a team in Pittsburgh.
I would love to see a XFL team in Cleveland. What, the Clowns ain't doing nothing right now.
You may have a team in Detroit. Heck, I would have put a team in somewhere like Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
You can use whatever stadium the Columbus Crew uses, you can use that stadium.
Or you can use the Horseshoe.
Yeah, that's where they play. That's where no, because that's too big. That's too big. That's not aesthetically. The Horseshoe is way too big. You can't.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't play
right.
That's like 100,000 seat stadium. That's way too big. But now the Columbus Crew Stadium is fine because they played. I don't know where they were playing in D.C. yesterday, but you could tell it was a soccer. It might have been where I think there's an MLS team in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's where they were playing. That's where their stadium is.
And is on a business standpoint, it's great revenue for these.
In Dallas, they're playing. They're playing at where the Rangers play. in Dallas. Globe Life Park in Arlington.
Yeah, it's
For
great
Dallas fans.
revenue. Great revenue.
There you go. Now I think I want to. I have to see exactly where they play because I don't know if any of these teams are playing in like NFL stadiums. I think there's other alternate venues that these teams are playing in. And I'm gonna try to check and see if I can find out where New York was playing because I don't know if they were playing at MetLife. They might have played at MetLife.
Hold on, I'll check on that.
Yeah, they might have played at MetLife. Yeah, see this Dallas and St. Louis one was in Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas, where the Rangers play. But you can convert that. You know what I mean? And make it work. I just don't get all gimmicky with it, XFL. Don't do it. I actually want to see the XFL work because
they play at MetLife.
Okay, they play at MetLife Stadium. Okay, so it's not like you're gonna, because it's not like you're going to. They're not a threat to the NFL. All right, that's not happening.
If it gets if it gets going,
no, they're not a threat.
Kev,
they're not a threat to the NFL. We've been down this road many times before. We've had the AFL, we've had the USFL, we've had the AAF, we've had the Arena League, we've had all these leagues. There's no competition, and you know what, Vince? You shouldn't be trying to compete with the NFL. Stay in your lane. And
he calls it no fun league.
What might happen is you and the NFL may come up with a setup where the XFL is kind of like a feeder system into the NFL.
That would be good.
Stay in your lane, Vince. You cannot compete with the NFL on this. You can't.
I don't think in 2001 he hated the way the NFL was going. So
yeah,
that's why he created XFL.
Yeah, he did, and it didn't work. It failed miserably the first time.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure he learned from that. But just know, don't try to compete with the NFL. Stay in your lane. Your lane is the XFL. You come on, you get those football fans where they're coming right off of the NFL season. They're going to come and they're going to fill your stadiums up because it's still football. Where does DC play? Where's DC play?
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find where DC is.
DC Defenders?
DC Defenders. Okay. See if we can find out where every team is playing. DC Defenders. Because I know a lot of these cities got soccer teams, Major League Soccer teams.
They play at Audi Field.
Okay, Aldi Field?
Audi.
Okay.
Like the car?
Like this. Oh, okay, like
Aldi.
the car. Okay.
Yeah.
That's got to be for where the soccer
DC
team
United.
Yep, DC United, yep. What about Seattle?
Let's see. Seattle Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
They play.
It ain't CenturyLink.
Yes, it is.
It is? Wow.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay. What about L.A.?
L.A.
They playing that soccer stadium where the Chargers were playing? In like
Dignity Health Sports Park.
I think that's
Carson, California.
Yeah, that's where the Chargers are playing. What about Houston?
Houston.
Mm-hmm.
TDECU Stadium. Home of the Houston Cougars.
Okay, so they play with the Houston Cougars. You know, it'd be dope if they renovated the old Astrodome and let the Roughnecks play in the Astrodome. If they renovated the old Astrodome, because it's still standing.
Yeah,
it's right across. It's right across.
Home of the Cheaters, huh?
No.
Okay.
Well, the former home of
the Cheaters, right?
Former home of it, but no one's played in the Astrodome for a long time since the Oilers left. No one's played in the Astrodome. No, I know the Astros did. I think no. Yeah, did they? Yeah, they did. They played in the Astrodome for a while till Minute Maid Park opened. Right. What about St. Louis?
I'm looking at Tampa Bay right now.
Okay, Tampa Bay.
They play at Raymond James Stadium.
Oh, okay. So they play where the Bucks play. And St. Louis?
St. Louis, they play. Let's see. The Dome at American Center. So they probably play where
the Rams
used to play.
Used to be the Edwards Jones.
Yeah.
Edwards Jones. Okay, all right. Yes. See, there you go. Where would if Cleveland had a team, where would they play?
Ooh.
Probably there's really no other place to play unless they're going to convert Progressive Field. You're gonna be playing at Cleveland Brown Stadium. I mean First Energy Stadium. Unless you can reconfigure Progressive Field.
No, I don't think. Well, it is revenue, and the Dolans don't turn down money.
Yeah,
Give
it would
them
be
money.
interesting to see. I just know with these huge NFL stadiums, I know you got to play where you got to play. I'm thinking about these teams playing in these huge NFL stadiums, and I don't know. I'm just trying to. I think if they have a lot of success this year, I think Vince is going to immediately start looking to add teams.
I agree.
And I can see maybe adding a couple more teams next year to get it to 10. Or maybe even like 4 teams. That'll be 12 because you got 8 now.
Yeah, you know who the president of the XFL is, right?
Oliver Luck, right? Andrew's dad. Yeah. So I could see, I could certainly see Columbus supporting an XFL team. I could see Orlando.
Orlando had an XFL team.
They had
back
a
in 01.
team in the World League of American Football too, and in the Real League. Orlando's had teams in. Yeah, so I can see them having a team. I can see
Philadelphia.
Yeah, I can definitely see Philadelphia. Yep. I can see Cleveland supporting an XFL team. I can see Portland supporting an XFL team.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I could see Phoenix. I could see Vegas. Come on, man.
Vegas.
Vince McMahon want to get into Vegas. You know he want to put the XFL in Vegas. You know that's going to happen. I could see that easily. They'll probably play where like UNLV plays.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Raiders ain't letting that stadium be used for XFL. I'm sorry, they're not. So I could definitely. I'm surprised there's not a team in Vegas right now from the jump. I'm surprised there's no team in Vegas in the XFL.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. With the Raiders going to Vegas this year, I can see a baseball team coming to Vegas in about 2 years.
It only takes one.
I can see an NBA team going to Vegas about 2 years.
The Tampa Bay Rays might go to Vegas. It only takes one team.
If I was Tampa Bay, I would up and move. If you're not going to build me a new stadium, if I'm going to keep playing that crappy Tropicana field, okay.
Yeah.
Vegas give me an offer. I'm going. Pew! I'm out of here.
It only takes one team to start the domino effect. And so now the Raiders are that team. So now the Raiders are in Vegas, and I can see other leagues putting teams in Vegas now.
I can see Denver getting a team. No.
Maybe. Houston and Dallas each have one. I could see New Orleans getting an XFL team. Chicago getting an XFL. I could see there are a lot of cities. I can see Vince going into Canada.
I can actually name the XFL team for the New Orleans. The New Orleans Voodoo Man.
Well, there wasn't an arena team called the New Orleans Voodoo. So, yeah. There was a New Orleans team called the New Orleans Voodoo. Yep, I can certainly see that.
Side note, what happened in arena football?
I think they just ran out of money.
Golly.
I think they just ran out of money. And that was that. So we're still waiting on Gavin Clarke from Cleveland Heights to call, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think they just ran out of money. Once you run out of money, that's it. But no, I could see the XFL existing in a few cities. I think Vince is going to try to keep going it. I think right now what they're doing is perfect. It's perfect.
I mean, as long as Vince, please, Vince, focus on
don't mess it up, Vince.
No, focus on the XFL. Leave the wrestling behind because it sucks right now.
You know what? I can't say one way or the other because I don't really watch wrestling.
I do. And it stinks right now. The storyline,
I don't.
Like, Kev, you can actually literally watch wrestling right now and predict who's going to win the match.
I know they have something called a 24/7 championship.
Yeah,
right?
24/7 title. It was. I remember back in the Attitude Era when they had the Hardcore Championship 24/7. You had to defend it 24/7, and it was good. It was great, excellent. But this 24/7 championship is garbage. It's a gimmick, and it's only geared towards the idea is geared towards the PG era, which nobody wants to actually see anymore. People want to see blood. People want to see stuff going back to what made the Attitude Era the Attitude Era. Mm-hmm. People want to see stuff like that. In this day and age, people want to see nostalgia now, and what's happening in the WWE is terrible because, like I said, you can actually predict who's going to win now. I mean, when when people get on the mic and start doing their promos,
Yeah.
it's not like the old times, man. When Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior or The Rock or Stone Cold got on the mic, he owned the crowd. Some of these wrestlers do not own the crowd when they do the promos, and it sickens me.
Yeah. I you know what? Honestly, man, I can't speak on it. I don't really watch wrestling anymore. I used to. I know a few things about it. A couple here and there. I don't watch it anymore.
The titles are garbage now.
Yeah, they just
they got Brock Lesnar. Okay,
He's
Brock
still
Lesnar. He's still wrestling. Brock Lesnar got his ass kicked in UFC.
I say, is he still doing Ultimate Fight? I mean,
UFC?
No.
He left UFC because Cain Velasquez whooped that man's butt. He came to WWE, and now that's Vince's boy. Now he gets he can keep the title as long as he want for like 2 years. He had the title for a year now.
Wow.
That's not what the heavyweight title is supposed to be. You're supposed to defend it every single night. You only see Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and SummerSlam. That's it.
Really?
Not on the shows on Monday Night Raw. Not on SmackDown Live. You don't see Brock Lesnar then.
Yeah. Well,
it's supposed to be defended on these shows, house shows.
But it used to be.
Network shows.
Though, in the '80s, it used to be that way though. Like you wouldn't see Hulk Hogan a lot. If Hulk Hogan was going to be on a show, that was like a treat almost.
Right, like Tuesday night main event. We saw Hulk Hogan defending on these shows, but you don't see Brock Lesnar on these shows because I don't know. It's something in this contract.
I don't. That's just weird.
These guys. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kev.
No, go ahead.
Because this is a passion of mine, man. I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid, and I continue to watch it because I love it.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's fake, it's still good entertainment. It still can be good entertainment.
I would actually say scripted more than I would say fake because
it's scripted.
It's scripted, right? Because the things that they do, that's all. The moves.
Yeah, they get injured. They get worse injuries than football players, man, because they put their bodies on the line. Football players are putting their bodies on the line, but they're tackling each other. These guys doing flips. They doing body slams. They doing like stunners. They doing everything.
I know.
Spanish flies right off the top rope.
And so the athletic ability is there. Yeah, we know it's all scripted. We already know that. We know that. And wrestling fans know that. But your favorite TV show is scripted too. So what's the point?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I hope the XFL keeps it football. Just keep it football, and you'll be fine. I promise you that. You keep it football. You put a decent product out. You don't even have to be super. Put a decent product out there. You'll be fine because people want that. You're catching them. You're not giving them time to forget about football.
Right.
You're catching them right after the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And they're gonna watch that because you should have seen the stadium in DC. It was almost full. People wearing all kind of people got all their Defenders gear on. I'm like, people are going and buying it. Who's going? Yeah. So. Yeah,
it's different. It's different from 01, man.
It is, and I like that. All right, so let's do this. I'm not sure what happened with Gavin Clarke, but let's take another break. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back, and then we'll get ready for Hailey Weaver at 8 o'clock. So let's take another break. We'll come back, and we'll talk to Hailey. Eli's name of the song.
The name of the song is called Hurricane by Serious Beats. This is the Choir Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
Yep.
This is TJ Carey, defensive back for the Cleveland Browns, and you're tuned in to the Quiet Brother Sports Show.
Welcome back to the show. Hailey Weaver coming up in just a couple of minutes from the Solon Comments. We're talking to Hailey. All right, man. So while we're waiting on Hailey, the Cavs acquired Andre Drummond from the Pistons.
Okay.
Pardon me if I'm not impressed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we got Andre Drummond. Hooray. We're still going to stink, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, yes, Andre Drummond, he's a good basketball player, 2-time All-Star, whatnot. But I'm kind of impressed by Kobe Altman. He traded away, basically nothing.
Yeah, Brandon Knight and John Henson and second rounder.
Yeah, basically nothing for Andre Drummond. It's not gonna put us over the top or anything. I mean, we're still gonna sink.
We're way beyond being over the top of anything. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
The skeptic in me says that there is a reason that the Detroit Pistons gave up Andre Drummond for just Brandon Knight, John Henson, and a second-round pick. That's what the skeptic in me says. I know he's averaging 18 and 16. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And if he's got a player option for what, $23 million next year?
$28 million.
$28 million next year.
He gonna pick that up.
Oh yeah. And the Cavs are one of the few teams with cap space
that can give it to him.
I mean, I guess. I mean, why not? You ain't gonna give it to nobody else. Might as well give it to him. You know what I mean? I can't get excited. I can't get excited about this. This doesn't excite me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not jumping for joy. Like, oh, we got Andre Drummond, yada yada yada. Now, if LeBron was still here and whatnot, and we still had Andre, and we got Andre Drummond, I might be a little bit more excited about it. But as it stands right now, I can't get excited about that.
I'm not even excited for the NBA draft this year because nobody's actually coming out besides Wiseman and LaMelo Ball.
Well, hopefully we better get one of those picks, one or two.
Well, I know who's gonna be the number one overall pick, number one team to pick, Golden State.
Which just wouldn't even be fair. It wouldn't even be fair if
they get James Wiseman. They just got Andrew Wiggins.
That wouldn't even be fair. Yeah, they did. They traded D'Angelo Russell. They got Andrew Wiggins. It wouldn't even be fair if they got Wiseman. And then Steph comes back. You still got Clay.
Right, because that starting five is going to be clicking next season.
Right. It wouldn't even be fair.
Because if you think about it, Steph at the 1, Clay at the 2, Wiggins at the 3, Draymond at the 4, Wiseman at the 5.
That'd be a pretty formidable lineup. Can Wiggins play the 3 though? I thought Wiggins was a shooting guard. Can Wiggins play the 3?
He a combo guard, shooting guard, small forward.
Okay, all right, okay. So yeah, I mean, if I'm Golden State, you know, honestly, I wouldn't even. I know if Steph has been playing, I wouldn't even. I would tell Steph, nah, just sit out.
Right,
you good.
Right.
But yeah, you want to get him back, and you want to get him in there. You want to get him in rotation, and okay, I get that. Personally, though, I'd be like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you can stay away. We'll go ahead and tank the season, get in the lottery, get us a high pick, come back next season and kill everybody again. Because that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kill everybody again. Meanwhile, Cavs, I don't even know what's happening. Like, Tristan Thompson is a free agent at the end of the year. He's gone. He's not coming back. Thank God.
Let him go.
Kevin Love will probably get traded this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Drummond will pick up his option. They still need to figure out what they want to do with Colin Sexton. Do they want Sexton or Garland?
I would pick Sexton.
Yeah.
Cause
as long as Kevin Porter's on this team next year, that's fine.
Sexton is playing lights out, really. Like,
yeah,
he's playing really good.
Yeah. I like Colin Sexton, man. I know he's a little bit reckless, but I like Colin Sexton. I like Colin Sexton. The real question is John Byland going to be here next year?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Will he survive?
I mean, when you've already got players saying that they don't want to do, practice the fundamentals and they don't want to watch, then I think you've already lost the team. He looks beat down.
Mark Jackson. That's all I'm saying.
David Fizdale's free. He's not a coach anymore. David Fizdale is free and clear. Mark Jackson's out there. I think Mark Jackson might be like John Gruden was, or Bill Cowher was, where Mark Jackson is comfortable in his commentator role. Him and Van Gundy. If I was Gilbert, I'd pay a lot of money to Jeff Van Gundy to come be my coach.
Yeah,
I'd pay a lot of money to Jeff Van Gundy. I really would. And again, I think both of those guys, Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, I think both of those guys are content in their commentator roles. But we know the saying, money talks, man. And if I was Dan Gilbert, I mean, unless we see some kind of miraculous turnaround with this team, and this is what I was saying. Remember, I said this when they hired this guy. This is why I don't like college coaches coming in. This is not Michigan, where the players basically just do what you say because you say to do it.
Right.
Because they're on scholarship and they don't want to lose their scholarship, and they understand that, they understand the power structure there in college. It's a totally different animal.
These are pro ball players.
It's the pros, man.
You yell at them. They don't really give a crap.
It's a totally different animal that we're dealing with right here. Totally different. And like I said, these guys, I feel like Byland's already lost these guys.
He has.
And if he's already lost it, I don't know. I guess we just have to see. We just have to see what happens. I just got an alert on my phone from Bleacher Report that Andre Drummond's already throwing down one-handed lobs on the oop. All right, Andre, do you think? Get them 18 and 16.
They playing tonight?
Yeah, they're playing Clippers.
Oh.
Because I think Kawhi and somebody else is out tonight. For the Kawhi and Patrick Beverly are out for the Clippers.
Kawhi always out.
Yeah. So they're playing the Clippers tonight. So, yeah, I mean, I just I'll wait and see. I guess I'll try to reserve judgment.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't work, and if Byland gets fired after this season, if I'm Dan Gilbert, I'm willing to pay a lot of money for Jeff Van Gundy. I would go hard for Jeff Van Gundy. I really would. Pause. I would really. I would really go after Jeff Van Gundy. And be like, look, Jeff, I got a 5-year, $40 million contract waiting for you here, Jeff. I give you $8 million per to come coach my team. What say you? You think Jeff Gundy gonna walk away from $8 million per?
Heck no.
Just saying. That's what I would do. As much as I respect Mark Jackson, I think as a coach, I'd rather have Jeff Van Gundy.
How come Patrick Ewing hasn't gotten a shot at coaching?
That's a good question.
Because he been on the bench a couple of times in the NFL.
Down in Orlando.
NBA, yeah.
I think he's still in Orlando. I think. That's the last time I saw him coach was in Orlando. I don't know. It's a good question.
Mark Price been on the bench.
For who?
Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah. But as a shooting consultant, though.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then forget that. I $8 million, 5 years, $40 million. That's what I'm offering Jeff Van Gundy. If Byland gets fired, again, this is all predicated on if Byland survives or doesn't survive the off season. If they get to the end of the season, they're like, you know what? It ain't working with this guy.
Even if you can't get Van Gundy, I would be happy with Fizdale. But I don't know. He had, 2 jobs, and he got fired from both of them.
Yeah, but the Knicks are terrible. Memphis, he actually didn't do too bad in Memphis, but the Knicks are the Knicks. So come on, man. That's like you should get a mulligan for that job. The Knicks are the Knicks, and the Knicks are terrible.
That's terrible. The world famous, New York Knicks, playing at Madison Square Garden.
Yep,
and they're failing as a franchise.
But they've been failing as a franchise. That's the whole thing.
Knicks haven't been relevant since 2010 when they got Amari Stoudemire and all those big time players.
Yeah, it's been
a while.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad. And I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's happening with Hailey Weaver. She's supposed to call at 8:00. I'm not really sure what happened with that. So maybe we'll have to catch up with Hailey down the road. But I just want to remind everybody once again. Like I said earlier, right in the first segment of the show, the Quad Brothers Sports Show. We are going to start doing baseball. Hey, Janelle, we are going to start baseball this year. We've been thinking about it for the past couple of seasons with this show. What we want to do, we do baseball. We do basketball, we do football, and we didn't want to get stagnant. We felt like we were getting kind of stagnant. So we're going to try our hand at baseball this time around. So we'll be reaching out to athletic directors at these high schools. Hey, and Brenda, we'll be reaching around. I'm on my Facebook Live feed for you. Wonder who I'm saying hi to.
Wow.
We'll be reaching out to these athletic directors at the high schools. If you know of a player, if you know somebody, a relative, a nephew, a niece, or somebody like that who plays baseball, high school baseball, look, man, hit us up on our inbox, right? We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, the QB Sports Show, and we're on Twitter at the Quad Brothers.
Again, help us to help you.
Help us help you. Now, because like we do with football and basketball, because the season for baseball starts at the end of March. So we're going to do a top 25 for baseball. So if you know someone, you got a family member or a friend or something like that plays high school baseball, and you think, yeah, man, he's pretty good, maybe he should be on your top 25. Fine, go ahead. Hit us up in the inbox. On Facebook, the Quad Brothers Sports Show. On Instagram, the QB Sports Show. And on Twitter, at the Quad Brothers. Send us their name. We'll go to Huddle and take a look. We'll get as much information on them as we can as we try to build this this top 25. Because again, we're new. We're new to this whole thing, and so we're gonna try our hand at baseball and see what happens. I'm excited about it.
I am too.
I think Eli's excited about it. Again, it's something we've been tossing around for the past couple of seasons, and we say, you know what? Why not? Why not give baseball a shot? So we're gonna give baseball a shot. And we'll see where it goes. So what I wanted to do, because we kind of touched on it earlier in the show, but I wanted to come back to this whole thing with Gayle King.
Okay.
And Kobe Bryant. And the interview she did that Gayle King did with Lisa Leslie. And should she have asked a question? Should she not have asked a question? Here's the way I feel about it. I don't think that right now is the time to ask that question about Kobe Bryant.
Well, with the whole rape.
With the accusations.
Yeah,
please let us be clear. Accusations. Okay. The man isn't even in the ground yet, right? And you've got his kids. He's got kids that weren't even born when that happened. And so you're bringing this up and you're rehashing this. Listen, say what you want. Kobe Bryant was acquitted. The charges were dropped. Kobe Bryant was acquitted in that instant.
True.
Now, I get what Kobe said in his apology. And I don't want to downplay what happened or what allegedly happened to the victim. And see, here's the thing. That's the thing. I don't even know. I kind of don't even feel right calling her a victim because of some of this stuff that I know happened in this case.
Mm-hmm.
I almost don't feel right calling her a victim because part of the reason that she did not testify against Kobe Bryant is because DNA evidence strongly suggested that she had sex with another man shortly after her encounter with Kobe. So that speaks to her sexual behavior. And that was one of the reasons why her prosecutors were like, look, if this is admissible, this is going to really cast a lot of doubt. And again, I'm not in here. I'm not saying that the lady was a promiscuous, or I don't know the lady. I'm just saying that speaks to her character. Now, go back to Gayle King, and I heard Gayle's apology that she put on Instagram about, she didn't know that CBS was going to put that out, and she was appalled and whatnot.
How do you not know that the network is going to put it out? I mean, that's
too.
why you do pre-production stuff.
Gayle King has been a journalist for a long time. Gayle King has been a journalist long enough to know that, and just us here, we know networks are about ratings.
Yeah.
What's going to get the most ratings?
If you bring up that situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's going to get the most ratings? Kobe Bryant's basketball career or the rape accusations? Right? Gayle King's been around long enough to know that. I refuse to believe that Gayle King does not know that. I refuse to believe that Gayle King, with her stature and her standing and the people that she knows, Oprah Winfrey, my man Griff, what's good, Griff? I refuse to believe that they just said, you know what, I'll put it out there.
I'm looking at Oprah sideways now.
Now, let's say CBS did put it out there and Gayle King didn't know about it. Doesn't change the fact that she asked the questions. It doesn't change the fact that when Lisa Leslie was like, nah, that's not the Kobe that I know, Gayle King basically tried to press Lisa Leslie for a reaction, and then told Lisa Leslie, basically, you don't know what you're talking about. That's basically what she said to Lisa Leslie. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you wouldn't see it, Lisa. You wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see it. He's your friend. You wouldn't see it. And Lisa's like, no, I have NBA friends that ask me that. Hey, Lisa, go get that girl for me. Or da-da-da-da. I have people that ask that question of me. And I'm telling you, Kobe, that's not Kobe. Kobe's not like that. And Gayle kept pressing. Now, some journalists will say, well, she's got to ask the tough questions. But does she really? At that time, does she really? Because, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling, that was 2003. It's 2020.
Right.
So you've had a 17-year gap. And Gayle King said herself, I'm friends with Kobe. I've been with Kobe on numerous occasions. So you never crossed your mind to say, hey, Kobe, can we sit down and have a talk? Let's talk. Let's talk about it. That never crossed your mind, Gayle? This is where I'm saying. Now, all that being said, do I, number one, no, death threats against Gayle King, no. That's y'all. That whoever is sending to Gayle King death threats, you out of pocket for that. You wrong for that.
Yeah, but you know how people are when they attack their attack their player.
I do, but you're still wrong for that.
You know how it's gonna be, man. That's the business, Kev.
You can't.
That's the business.
Yeah, but you can't. Death threat. Not death threats. It ain't that serious now. We could be mad about it, and not threaten to kill the lady. That's not. My man Galen, what up, Galen? We can be mad about it and not threaten to kill Gayle King. Let's not go that far. We don't have to go that far. But what did Chris Rock say? I don't condone it, but I understand. And we can jump to Snoop and what Snoop said about Gayle King. Personally, I might not condone it, but I understand. I understand the energy in which I understand where he's coming from. Him and Kobe were actually friends. Right, Griff. Gayle, listen, man. Here's what I'm going to say. Gayle King, again, she's not new to this. She's not some fresh-faced journalist coming straight out of college and CBS telling her, you better ask these questions. And she's like, okay, I'm going to do it. Gayle King is established. If Gayle King didn't want to ask those questions, Gayle King could have
Right.
simply not asked those questions and told CBS, I didn't feel right asking them. And CBS is going to fire her. She's like best friends with Oprah Winfrey. Come on now. Come on now. Gayle King could have easily said, you know what? I'm not comfortable asking those questions. I don't want to do that. And CBS would have just had to deal with that. Because whether they like it or not, Gayle King was popular. And CBS, they're not going to cut off their nose to spite their face because she didn't ask about the accusations. They're not going to do that. So, to me, Gayle's explanation was trash.
Yep.
Trash.
I agree with you.
Gayle, Gayle been around long enough to know a network is gonna put out the most salacious part of an interview they can because why? It gets ratings, it gets clicks. They're gonna put that out there, and regardless of whether they told you or not, you still ask the questions. It doesn't change the fact that you ask the questions. Mm-hmm. So if you really cared about Kobe, if you're really still mourning and grieving over Kobe, you're not gonna ask that question. And I'll say this: we as and I've seen a lot of the dialogue, about we as black people gotta lift one another up, and I totally agree with that. I agree with that at 100%. 100%. We, especially black men, black women, we have to be cognizant of one another. We can disagree, but we don't have to like threaten to kill Gayle King. It ain't that serious. It's not that serious. Whoever's doing that is an idiot. It's not that serious to be threatening to kill Gayle King. That's stupid.
I mean, it's difference between death threats and hate mail.
Yeah. Now, you don't have to do that. But she didn't have to ask the questions. She didn't have to ask the questions at that time. And if you really wanted to know, you should have asked Kobe while he was here. You had 17 years and you didn't. So to now sit up there and be like, oh, I loved Kobe and Kobe was my friend and I didn't know, basically through CBS, I didn't know they were going to do that. And I'll go to the other side of the coin. When y'all going to get around to talking to Harvey Weinstein? When you going to get around talking to Les Moonves, your old boss?
Facts.
Les Moonves, Gayle, your old boss. When you going to talk to him? When you going to talk to Kevin Spacey? Right? So I get it. I get the anger. I even get the vitriol to a degree. I would never threaten to kill her over it. Mm-hmm. But I get the vitriol. I don't have to condone something to understand where it's the place that it's coming from or the energy that's being put out there. Exactly, Griff. Snoop and Kobe were friends, man. They weren't just like passing. Snoop and Kobe were friends, and yeah, man. You basically out of all the good that Kobe's done, you're gonna bring that up at that time. The man ain't even in the ground yet. You feel me? Like he's not even buried yet, and we're bringing that up.
Yeah.
Why? What good? What do you benefit from that, Gayle? Besides ratings, what do you get from that? That's my question. What do you get from it besides ratings? She tried to get a reaction from Lisa Leslie, and to her credit, Lisa Leslie was like, "Nah, I'm not taking the bait. Not taking the bait. Not doing it." What do you get out of that besides ratings? Kobe's not here to defend himself. So you're not going to get Kobe's story. The girl can't talk. Part of her settlement was an NDA, I believe, a non-disclosure agreement. I'm just saying, man, sometimes you just got to look at things on the surface, E. You got to look at things and put two and two together.
Yep.
DNA evidence strongly suggests, those were the words used, DNA evidence strongly suggests that this woman had sex with another man shortly after Kobe. And again, I'm not trying to downplay or poo-poo sexual assault. I'm not doing that. But you're telling me she was so traumatized from being raped by Kobe that her next move was to go and have sex with another man? Right after that? Nah, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And let's go deeper. Is this woman's if a man rapes you, and I know people are going to say I'm sticking up for the man. I'm just thinking out loud here. If a man rapes you and the evidence in the case, the scientific evidence, the DNA evidence points to him raping you, Are you going to let that man walk and go back out on the street with possibly rape another woman as long as he gives you $2.5 million?
No.
That's what she got in the settlement, $2.5 million. You're gonna let a rapist walk for $2.5 million so they can possibly go out and rape another woman? You gonna do that?
No.
Really? Your body is for sale. There's a price tag on your body. You see what I'm saying here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now. Something don't add up, man. Something don't add up. It just don't add up. And I can't sit here and act like it does. It doesn't add up to me. And if people want to take that as victim shaming, I guess you just have to do that. That's not what I'm doing, but if that's how you want to take it, so be it. It just doesn't add up. And again, the most important thing is Kobe Bryant is no longer here to defend himself against that. Gail knew that. If that's your homie, if my homie died, I'm not bringing that part. If there was a point in Eli's life that was one of his worst parts, but after that, Eli, rebounded and became, a much better person, like Kobe did. And let's think about this. Even in that whole Me Too movement, from the time that happened to the time Kobe died, not one woman came forward and said Kobe Bryant raped me.
Right. Exactly.
Not one woman came forward and said, "Oh yeah, me too. Kobe Bryant sexually assaulted me too." That never happened. So just when you add all that up, it doesn't seem right. And we want to just talk about it and touch on it, and really kind of give our input on it, because it's been a big story in the news. Again, I don't condone death threats against Gayle King. That's whack. Anybody threatening to kill Gayle King over this, that's whack. But I can understand where the frustration.
Yeah, I mean,
people
are angry, and they have a right. They have a right to be angry.
Kobe was beloved by the community. Black folks love Kobe Bryant. White folks love Kobe Bryant. And hey, when you come for Kobe like that, you gonna catch it. Especially right now on social media, you gonna catch it. Got to think about that stuff. And I refuse to believe that she didn't know that CBS was gonna put that out. I don't believe that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. All right, man. That's gonna do it for us. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We missed Gavin Clarke and we missed Hailey Weaver. Not really sure what happened to him, but we did get to talk to Lydia Gartozzi from the Beaumont Blue Streaks. So we appreciate that, Lydia. Thanks for coming on. And if you want to hear the replay of the show, you can download the Choir Brothers Sports Show app.
Free app.
Free app. Go download that app, Choir Brothers Sports Show. You can hear an interview with Lydia Gartozzi. We'll try to catch up with Gavin Clarke. We'll try to catch up with Hailey Weaver at another time. All right, man, that's going to do it for myself, for Eli Robinson, for Phil Rucker. My name is Kevin Hanley. This is Choir Brothers Sports Show. Eli, take us out.
All right, the name of the song is called Swerve by Jamal Beats. This is the Choir Brothers Sports Show on One Unit Media Network.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.